Hi everyone, it's Riley and I'm back with another video all about teaching ESL online with Zebra English. So if online ESL is something that you're interested in, you're looking into Zebra English, please consider subscribing to my channel. I am posting new content twice a week all about succeeding as an online ESL teacher. So if that's something that interests you, you'll definitely want to stay up to date. In this video, I want to talk about my biggest tech tips with Zebra English and the things that I have learned that have helped me to kind of avoid or solve almost all IT issues with Zebra English. First of all, you'll definitely want to make sure that your computer and everything is up to par with Zebra English's tech requirements. I'm not actually going to walk through those in this video, mostly because I don't actually understand lots of that technology lingo, but I do have all of those requirements listed on my website. So I'll link my website in the description. Definitely be sure to go check that out. Like I said, I have the tech requirements on there. I have teacher requirements. I also have an exclusive hiring guide that is for my referrals. This hiring guide is super thorough. It'll just walk you step by step through the entire hiring process. And I would love to share that with you if you are interested in becoming one of my referrals and having access to my coaching and my mentorship as you go through the Zebra English hiring process. So if you are interested in becoming one of my referrals, you'll find that information in the description as well. Definitely check out my website, shoot me an email, riley.autumn@outlook.com, so that we can get started working together. And whether you're already a teacher with Zebra English or whether you're just starting to think about it or you're partway through the hiring process, I want to extend an invitation to all of you guys just to join the community on Facebook. I currently run 2 Zebra English Facebook groups. One is my Zebra English hiring Q&A and the other is Zebra English teacher Q&A. And I would love to just fill those groups with awesome, supportive online ESL teachers. So please come on over. Those are linked in the description as well, and I would love to have you join us. So like I said, I don't know tons about computers or technology or software or things like that, but I do know that Zebra English has a pretty hefty desktop app. So you will want to be sure that your computer meets their requirements, or you may not even be able to run the app. And you really don't want to go through all that trouble just to realize that you can't even teach and you need to upgrade your device first. So definitely look into your device, make sure you have one that meets the requirements. Like I said, those will be on my website in the description. So once you have all the tech and equipment that you need for this job with Zebra English, these are the tips that I have found super, super helpful for me. Like I said, these have helped me to avoid lots of IT issues, but also when IT issues do arise, these are some things that I have found have kind of solved them or at least eased the blow. And for you laptop users, definitely stay tuned to the end of the video. I found this one laptop hack that has saved me so much stress when it comes to Zebra English IT, and I'll be sharing that right at the end of the video, so be sure to stay tuned. So the first thing I want to tell you about is how to clear your cache in the Zebra English desktop app. I clear my cache every single day when I finish teaching for Zebra English. So if you go into the desktop app and you hover over your name that's in the top right corner, you'll see an option for Account Center. So click Account Center, and then in the left-hand menu, just click on the option that says Settings. So once you get into the Settings tab, if you look all the way at the bottom, you'll see where it says Cache, and then there's a button right by it that says Clear Cache. I go in here every day just to clear my cache. Like I said, this application takes a lot of oomph to run on your computer, so I just want to make it as light as I possibly can. My second tip is just to close absolutely everything else on your computer before you start teaching with Zebra English. I will have like maybe my sticky notes open to be doing feedback, but that is it. Close your internet browser, close any other desktop apps that you might have open. Everything like that will only slow things down even more. Another thing that I have found just helps with loading the classroom, because if you are a teacher with Zebra English, you know that it can take actually a few minutes to load the classroom, which can be a bit scary when you have back-to-back classes. Maybe you had IT issues during one, so you know that it's going to be kind of a tight squeeze to get to the second one. One thing that I have found that kind of speeds this up a bit is entering the practice room before I can even enter the classroom. So you can only actually enter the classroom 10 minutes in advance. I recommend entering right at that 10-minute mark before your first class, just to give it time to load the classroom, to give yourself just the peace of mind so that you can maybe go through the slides a bit, make sure that everything's loading in a timely manner. So enter the classroom 10 minutes in advance, but earlier in the day or the day before, I will always go in and enter the practice room for the classes, and I have found that this just kind of speeds up the loading process. I'm not entirely sure why, but it does seem to help for me. Another thing that I do that I think is just best practice when it comes to the Zebra English desktop app is just exiting out and restarting the app every time you use it. The first few times that I had IT issues, the first thing that the fireman suggested was just to exit my app and restart it. So I started doing this just as a regular practice of mine. When I finish teaching, I'll clear the cache, I'll exit the app, and then when I'm ready to teach again, I'll open it up fresh. So This isn't something that you necessarily want to leave up in the background on your desktop the whole time, which honestly, that's such a bad habit of mine. I have such a cluttered desktop because I just want to keep everything open. But the Zebra English app is one thing that I do not keep open all the time. So close it when you're done teaching and reopen it. Well, not right before you want to start teaching, because like I said, it can take a while to load, but definitely restart between one session of teaching and the next. And this next tip is my biggest hack for you laptop users. This is something that seriously saved my butt. So my very first day with Zebra English, I had 3 classes that went just awesome. Everything loaded smoothly. They were great. And the next 2 were just terrible IT, and I could not figure out why. I seriously couldn't see a slide the entire lesson, and I was only seeing my student every few frames. I could hear things fine, but there was just a lot of issues. And I realized afterwards that the reason for that was I had unplugged my laptop for those 2 classes. I didn't have it charging. And when you think about it, it shouldn't actually make a difference. Like, my laptop was full of battery, but when I went into my battery settings, I realized that I had my battery settings all the way down at max efficiency instead of max performance when I was not plugged in to my charging cord. So check your battery settings. I do recommend always plugging into your charging cord. That's a lesson that I learned that night. But make sure that you are all the way up at best performance, not way down low at battery conservation or whatever it's called on your computer. So that is a big thing that totally solved my problem. After I figured that out, my classes have gone so smoothly compared to those 2 nightmare IT classes. So those are some tips that have helped me to avoid some more severe IT issues with Zebra English. Of course, IT issues do come up with Zebra English, and that's why they have firemen. And if you can't access the firemen for some reason, they're actually really great. Like, they let you contact them via Skype if you can't reach their firemen. So I would recommend adding them on Skype right away. You don't have to actually video call them when you have an IT issue, but Skype does have a messaging feature that can be really helpful for that. So I hope at least some of those tips will be helpful for you as you get started teaching with Zebra English. Like I said, if you do have more questions about Zebra English, or you're just launching into the hiring process and you want a hiring coach, some more support to get you through, please send me an email, riley.autumn@outlook.com. I would love to hear from you and just to provide you more support on your journey to becoming or being a successful online ESL teacher. And if this video was helpful to you, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you can stay up to date on all my tips for succeeding as an online ESL teacher.